future fellow weirdo of the flock. Welcome to this great ass show called Jesus. I don't know that the guy. It'll be so much fun. It it will be so much fun. So I don't have I want to say stuff. We're coming on that point to where shit's about to be all bad. But luckily for us, it's going to be in excruciating detail. Because, well, if you're going to have a book, it might as well have details. You know, muscles to fill in the skeleton. And I hate that. And I hate that. But until then, we get to read Jesus riddles. And sometimes he tells us what they mean, and other times we have to guess what they mean. So, Jesus is in a spaceship, and I'll show you. We are progressing towards Jesus' spaceship. We are almost there. Oh my God, wait a minute. What's happening? I think, yeah, we're getting rid of this one. Wow, I can't believe that. That's been up this whole time. Well, not up on the screen, but it's been. It's been doing a thing. That's what it's been doing. Its own thing. General Piggy! I have been wondering where you are, my sweetheart. Where have you been? Did you miss me? Like a lot? This is me right now for you. I missed you so much, and I'm so glad that you're here. But you covered up Jesus' spaceship. I need to show. Jesus' spaceship. Now it doesn't work. No way. Did it work? Oh, there it is. Jesus' spaceship. And we are on his spaceship. So, General Piggy, I missed you, and I'm so glad that you're here. So, we're about to do some Jesus riddling. And, well, no, not Jesus riddling. Jesus riddling. We're going to play around with Jesus riddles, and it's going to be great. And hopefully he tells us what they mean. Hey, Rollo's mom. I'm so glad that you're here. Okay, we're going. Yeah, I just found out her real name yesterday. It's deleted. I'm just kidding. Deleted's not her real name. But she had me tripping with that name, though, because I thought Matt deleted her, and I was about to be really sad. I did, Rollo's mom, I am sorry that happened. Has she gotten any better? Have you gone and seen her? Give her a hug. Don't say nothing. Just run up and hug her. I did that to Jesus once. I just raped him with my hugs. It was It was like giving him multi looks. Yep, that happened. That was a thing that happened. Anyway, I'm not saying, no, I'm saying go give her a hug. Spontaneous hugs for everybody. It's a good time. But now that I'm done putting my foot in my mouth, let's get on to some Jesus riddling. Now, when they drew near to Jewland, to Bethphage and Bethany at the Mount of Olives, he sent two of his disciples and said, go into the village and there will be a dude there, right? No, wait a minute. Yeah, go into the village and there will be a donkey. I don't know, it could be a big donkey, it might be a baby donkey, or it might be a big donkey and a baby donkey. I'm not exactly sure, but I know for sure that there is a donkey. And Jesus tells his people, go get this donkey that might have a baby. Not exactly sure. But anyway, people are going to freak out on you, but all you got to say is Jesus. And then they'll completely understand. They'll be like, oh, Jesus, right. And they'll let you take it. Because it's not really stealing because it's for Jesus. Yeah, it's not stealing it for Jesus. I wonder if you could get away with that at court. Look, Your Honor, I know it seemed like giant ass TV, but it was for Jesus, and that means it wasn't stealing. I can't. I can't. I can't live life right now. So they went their way and found the donkey tied by the door outside on the street. And they loosed it. And then those dudes were like, hey, you're stealing my donkey. And then the disciples are like, but Jesus. And then they were like, oh, Jesus. Okay, go ahead and steal my donkey. I don't even know what's happening. And they were like, Jesus. So they let them go. And they brought the donkey to Jesus and threw their clothes on it. And he sat on it. And many spread their clothes on the road, and others cut down leafy branches from the trees and spread them on the road. Then those who went before and those who followed cried, Hosanna, Baruch Shep Adonai! Blessed is the kingdom of David that comes in the name of the Lord. Hosanna in the highest. You saw her yesterday. Is she, I don't want to say better, but is she more in reality than her emotions yet, is the better way to put that? Is she still in her emotions real bad? Okay, so anyway, I'm reading. And Jesus went into Jewland, and it's oh my God. Have you ever seen that somebody speed up their demise faster than Jesus? Like, Jesus, I don't even know what to do with this guy, because it's like, I'm about to feel so bad on the inside. But then I read this like, this motherfucker did it on purpose. So it's like, you're doing it on purpose. Why do I feel bad? But I feel bad because it's terrible. But I have never seen anybody speed up their demise faster than Jesus. Okay. So Jesus went into the temple in Jewland. When he had looked around at all things, as the hour was already late, he went to Bethany with the 12. Now, the next day, when they had come from Bethany, he was hungry. Or Jesus. The only human part of Jesus right now is he literally gets hangry and kills this tree because he's mad that there's no food. He's like, I'm angry, die tree. But he doesn't know if somebody came and picked that fig before he even got there. You know, it could have been fig picking day, you know, where you just pick random figs. I don't even know what's happening. But anyway, Jesus is hangry. So he comes out here and he sees this fig tree, but somebody had already picked the fig before Jesus had woke up. So he killed the tree. Like, Jesus has never been more human, except for in that moment right there. He's like, you know what? Die, tree. Why? You know what? Jesus is, about to die. So it could be like he really wanted to fill his stomach before he went to go handle business. I don't know, but this is completely unnecessary. And there's no real lesson behind it because he did it by himself. So I don't think there was a lesson in it. I think it was Jesus snuck out by himself, or so he thought, was hungry, couldn't find no food, so he killed a tree. But he didn't realize that there were people there. Except for Jesus probably knew there were people there and did it anyway, because Jesus. Okay. Okay. Nothing. Okay. Then his disciples heard it. Oh, so he was like, yeah, let no one eat from this tree ever again because fuck this tree. And then his disciples were like, a tree? What happened? No one knows. So I'm sure they run out there and look and then just see this dead tree. And Jesus like talking mad shit like, yeah, take that. Give me a fig. He could have just made a fig. But instead, he got hangry. Okay. So they came to Julie. I can't. Why? Jesus could have, he could have spread this out or something. But instead, he's like going at it. He's like, oh yeah, I'm going to keep going till you stop me. I don't know how to feel about that. Do you keep on going till somebody stops you? Is that like the overall message of the story of Jesus? Just keep going till they stop you. Ultimate message. Okay. The next day. So they came and they went into the temple. This is Jesus' finale. So he gets his disciples together and he's like, get my wrestling boots. Get my stone cold vest. I need my shorts. I need my wrestling boots. So they got him his get up, and then he was like, I need my rock sunglasses. My my Devon Dudley inspired sunglasses and my wrestling vest and my wrestling boots. And then Jesus goes into this temple and just starts wrecking people like crazy, like giving people rock bottoms, giving people the stunners, like, and then he pulls out his belt like this is an old school WWE match, and he's Hulk Hogan and what's his name, Macho Man, and he starts having a strap match, only they don't have a strap, so he's just beating them with his strap like this is old school WWE or something, right? And the people are like, what the fuck? And he's like, you don't sell things inside church. Take your tables and go outside and start selling stuff in the front of the church outside. You don't sell it on the inside. So when the dust settles and everybody is holding their necks and their heads and their chins and like trying to stop their backs from bleeding, they all get up and go away. Okay. So, when the scribes and the chief priests heard about this, then they were like, now we're going to get this guy. He's going to have a bad time. So, they feared him because all the people were astonished at his teaching. When evening come, he went out of the city. Now, so the next day, in the morning, as they passed by, they saw the fig tree dried up from the roots. And Peter, remembering, said to him, so this is what you did yesterday? This tree is dead. Like, I thought you were just talking shit, but you literally killed this tree. And Jesus said, have faith in God. Oh, man. He's just pulling it out. Have faith in God. Because listen, I'm telling you, whoever says to this mountain, go to the sea, but does not doubt it, but he believes that those things that he says will be done, he will have whatever he says. Therefore, listen, I'm telling you, whatever things you ask when you pray, believe that you receive them and you will have them. And whenever you stand praying, if you have anything against anyone, forgive him, that your Father in heaven may also forgive you. Just real quick, what does any of this have to do with a dead tree? Jesus is hangry. He was hangry. And now he's just saying stuff. I mean, what he's saying is a thing, but it has nothing to do with the fig tree. Not a thing to do with the fig tree. So forgive because your Father, but if you do not forgive, neither will your Father forgive your trespasses. Dun, dun, dun. So, accept an apology and give an apology. Yeah. For every apology you accept, you ask for sorry. You say you're sorry to God. Or do you just forgive every sorry? You're just like, I forgive the sorries in the future, right? That's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to forgive people because forgiving is forgiving, and that is cool. Is she okay? Here she comes. And I'm just kidding about that multiple forgiveness thing. I think you only have to say sorry once, but you always have to forgive. I think it's something like that. I'm not exactly sure. And they came again to Julian, and he was walking in the man. He was walking in the temple. And the chief priests and the scribes and all of them came to him and said, by what authority are you doing these things? And Jesus, being the ever clever man that he is, does the most annoying thing you could ever do. Answers a question with a question. Pet peeve. He says, well, who baptized John? And they reasoned with themselves, saying, if we say heaven, then he'll be like, but you didn't believe him. But if we say men, the people will definitely kill us because they think he's a prophet. So, what do we do? They were like, we don't know. And then Jesus is like, well, I'm not telling you either. Okay. So that's the end of chapter 11. So, what are your guys' thoughts on Jesus killing this fig tree? Like, and then explaining it about moving a mountain. Like, Jesus is like, I killed this fig tree so you could move a mountain. Something. I seriously think Jesus was hangry and thought he was alone. But it is the most human. I mean, other than Jesus getting beat up out of jealousy, but it's like his only human action. Not saying Jesus is an alien, although he drives our spaceship. I'm an alien. But Jesus, well, Jesus is Jesus. And the most human thing he's ever did was kill that fig tree because he was angry. Wait. What's happening? Okay. Yeah. If I'm gonna ask questions, I might as well have my chat on, right? I don't know. But just in case. Yeah. There we go. I know things. No. Okay. Ooh. I almost karate chopped my headphones right off my face. Look, my phone is spying on me again. Look, I don't want to do that. What is happening? My phone literally just started spying on me for no reason. I have my camera on. You could just spy on me through my camera. I should pick my nose so you get that good screenshot, dickheads. The government makes me so mad. You don't even have to spy on my phone. You could just look through my computer. I don't know. I'm feeling some kind of way. Oh, I don't even know. Okay. Did everybody disappear? Everybody disappeared. It's okay. So, hold on. Stop. It's riddle time. Okay. So, chapter 12 starts with a riddle. It's a good time to start with a riddle. Okay. A man planted a vineyard and set a hedge around it, dug a place for the wine vat. Oh, okay, yeah. So this guy set up like this whole vineyard and blah, blah, blah. And he lent it out to these people. They would keep some of the produce and send the rest to him. And so it came time for the profit, right? And so the man sent a servant to pick up his profit, and the people beat him and sent him away empty-handed. And again, he sent them another servant, and they threw stones and wounded him in his head and sent him away shamefully. And again another, and they killed him, and many others, beating some and killing others. Therefore, still having one son. Right? Okay. Hold on. Something's happening. What's happening? No one knows. Oh, Miss Mud Duck. She'll be back soon. Cool. Hopefully Miss Mud Duck comes back soon. I miss her. Okay. So then he sent a son. And he was like, yeah, they'll respect my son because, yeah. But those vine dressers said among themselves, we will kill him, and our inheritance, and his inheritance will be ours. First off, that's not how that works. Second off, why would they even think that? And thirdly, that's not a thing. Don't ever kill somebody because you think you'll get money. You'll get prison time. That's what you'll get. So they took him and cast him out of the vineyard and killed him. Therefore, what will the owner of that vineyard do? Will he come and destroy those vine dressers and give the vineyard to others? Have you not read this scripture?
It's a Bob Marley song. The Stone that the builder refused. Become the key cornerstone. Yes, Bob Marley. It's good time. This was the Lord's doing, and it is marvelous in your eyes. Actually, that should have been in Jesus' voice, but I love God voice. I'm sorry, I love God voice.
Okay, so this was the Lord's doing, and it is marvelous in your eyes? Not exactly sure. And they sought to lay hands on him, but feared the multitude, for they knew he had spoken parables against them. So they left him and went away. So just by that action right there, they are acknowledging that Jesus is from God. Because he knew that parable about the son and the inheritance and all of that was about them. And Jesus is the Son of God. And them taking that action right there proves they knew it. And the ones that don't believe in Jesus also know that they are literally denying the Son of God so that they have a reason to argue with somebody, because that's how these people are. But actually, that's how I am also. I want to argue with everybody, even if I lose. And I always lose arguments, but I'm telling you, I love them. Okay. Then they sent to him some of the Pharisees and Herodians to catch him in his words. Word magic. Learn it. It's so important to know word magic. Or keep a lawyer with you always. Or learn word magic from your lawyer friend. When they had come, they said to him, Teacher, another way you know Jesus had short hair. Because again, you can't go into a temple and teach with long hair. It is a rule. He has short hair. They call him teacher. Okay. We know that you are true and give no shit about anything. Like literally give no fucks. If there was a give no fuck poster, you would be the poster boy. You would be the poster boy on the poster of give no fucks. I don't know how to put that any better, but Jesus would be the guy on that poster. For you do not regard the person of men, but teach the way of God and truth. Is it lawful to pay taxes to Caesar or not? Shall we pay or not pay? But Jesus, knowing word magic, Jesus knows word magic. Well, and he only talks in riddles, so he does know word magic, like God level word magic. And he was like, why? You guys are so dumb. Give me a penny. Whose face is on this penny? Abe Lincoln. So give to Abe Lincoln what is Abe Lincoln's. Okay. And they marveled at him, Then some Sadducees, who say there is no resurrection, came to him, and they asked him, saying, Teacher, Moses wrote to us that if a man's brother dies and leaves his wife and no children, that the brother should do the bom diggity and make a baby. And this happens like 7 dudes and 1 chick. It was a thing. They all died mysteriously. And then she died of old age. I'm just kidding. No, they all died of old age. That's what we're going to assume. And anyway, they all die. Now it's resurrection time. Whose wife is she? And according to the Mormons, it's whoever she was sealed in the temple with. Whatever the fuck that means. But, in this right here, Jesus says, Are you not, therefore, mistaken, because you do not know the scriptures nor the power of God? See, Jesus right here is saying, you assholes don't read das Biblia. How are you going to come and talk to me? Yeah, anyway. For when they rise from the dead, they neither marry nor are given in marriage, but are like angels in heaven. But concerning the dead, that they rise, have you not read in the book of Moses, in the burning bush passage, how God told Moses to take his fucking shoes off his white carpet? No, that's Nikki's version of the burning bush. Not the Bible's version of the burning bush. Anyway. How God spoke to him, saying, I am the God of Abe, Isaac, and Jake. He's not the God of the dead, but the God of the living. You are therefore greatly mistaken. Then one of the scribes came, and having heard them reasoning together, perceiving that he had answered them well, asked, which is the first commandment of all? And the first commandment, which would be the best commandment, is not what Paul said. Man, it's definitely not what Paul said. Let's see what it is. The first commandment. Hear, you terrible people, the Lord our God. The Lord is one, and you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, all your soul, all your mind, and all your strength. This is the first commandment. And the second, like it, love your neighbor as yourself. There is no other commandment greater than these. Love God, don't be a dick, and don't murder people. Literally. And Jesus right here is saying, love God and don't be a dick. He didn't put the don't murder part, but he's saying that the 2 greatest ones are love God and don't be a dick. Yeah. So the scribe said, okay, you're right. Yep. And when Jesus saw that he had answered wisely, he said to them, you are not far from the kingdom of God. But after that, no one dared question him. Then Jesus answered and said, while he taught in the temple, how is it the scribes say that Le Christ is son of David. For David himself said by the Holy Spirit, the Lord said to my Lord, sit at my right hand till I make your enemies your footstool. See, so God the second said to God the third. Because God the first, Jesus' grandfather, is in a box stuffed away for a long ass fucking time. So all we have is God the second, God the third. So, so God the second said to Jesus, God the third, things are about to be great. Just sit down and watch. Yeah. We're going to watch YouTube. Okay. Therefore, David himself calls him Lord. How, then, is he his son? Well, actually, not even a little bit, because Jesus is related to Adam, or Jesus is related to David through Adam. And Jesus is related to Adam through God. They're brothers, born bazillion years apart. And then the common people heard him gladly. Then he said to them, beware of the scribes who desire to go around in long robes, have greetings in the marketplaces, the best seats in the synagogue, and the best places at feasts. Whoever devours widows' houses for a pretense make long prayers, these will receive greater condemnation. See, Jesus says right here, go around and do it in secret. Don't do it all out there. No. Again, Jesus, once again, is telling you, be an individual, be separate. Don't be like these people. Don't be a light in a room full of lights. Then you are no longer the flavor packet of life. And Jesus specifically here tells you don't be like these people. But do you know who is like these people? Fucking Paul. Because he is these people. I don't care what my mom says. I don't care what my Uncle Tom says. I don't give a shit what anybody says. Paul did the exact opposite of Jesus because he never met Jesus. He can say all he wants to, but he is doing nothing but teaching the law and wrapping it up in nice words and then saying Jesus. I don't care, and maybe they don't want to see it. And again, like I've been said, the New Testament is good for some people, and I try not to shit on it as much as I want to, kind of why I won't read it. I had a real hard time the last time I tried to read it a couple weeks ago. It was real hard for me. Because a lot of people do need the New Testament to get off drugs, to feel better, to be a better person. The New Testament is good for things like that. But eventually, once you are real far into it and you read the story of Jesus, you should notice Peter, knowing Jesus, wrote cover your ass letters to try to save his own life. The only one that didn't write a cover your ass letter was the guy that wrote Revelations, because that was nothing but a pissed off letter shitting on everybody. And everybody wants to say, oh, this stuff is going to happen. No, this stuff already happened. And it happens every time your life falls apart. Like, you can put a lot of situations into Revelation. And that's what it feels like when your life falls apart. And also, that shit already happened with God the First. It's not going to happen. It already happened. It's a revelation of things that happened, where you came from, what happened before. Because nobody is going to reveal what happens next, because nobody knows what happens next. And Jesus says that all the time. Nobody knows but my Father. That means John doesn't know either. He may have had a dream about what had happened before. But I'm telling you, in a lot of Revelations, he's just talking mad shit about the people that threw him on an island and boiled them in oil. But the New Testament is real hard for me, but a lot of people do need it. But eventually, reading it, you have to be like, well, that is nothing Jesus said. When did Jesus say that? And Jesus didn't mean that shit. What the fuck are you talking about? Jesus did nothing but talk shit. Jesus was not nice. No, he was kind. He did kind things. But he was not nice, and he talked more shit than a little bit. And it wasn't even indirect shit. Jesus wasn't indirect at all. That's how people knew he was talking about them. Okay. Now, Jesus sat opposite the treasury and saw how the people put money in who were rich. They put a lot in. And then one little poor woman came in and threw a little bit of money in there. And Jesus is like, listen, I'm telling you, this poor widow has put more in this treasury than anybody. Do you know how? Because people give out of their abundance. They give whatever they have left over. She gave whatever she had. And that counts more. Because you're doing what you can. Which is another thing. Jesus did what he could for the people that were there. He didn't just go around searching for people, really. Well, he kind of did, but really he just wanted to go around and do what was necessary for the people in that place. He didn't have to be nice about it. As a matter of fact, he found the synagogue so he could go be mean. Jesus is so human. He just is like, you know what? I'm feeling froggy. I'm about to go to the temple and leap like a motherfucker. Man, Jesus is so gangster. I don't even know. But I guess, what is everybody? Oh my God, he talks so much. Oy. Oh. Okay, so we'll just do chapter 13 real quick because it's easy. Jesus talks a lot, so I'm just gonna ad-lib and we're gonna get through it in no time. Okay, So, so his disciples, Jesus' disciples were like, do you see all these beautiful buildings? Look at this architecture. And Jesus is like, yeah, these buildings aren't going to exist. Yeah, they're just going to be torn down. You know, like at the end of time and stuff. And they're just looking at him like jackjawed, mouth wide open, like, ugh. And he's like, yeah, this shit's not going to exist. So, John and Andrew, they were like, you know, we have a family. Yeah, all of us have a family. So, like, could you do us a solid and tell us when this is going to be? And Jesus is like, well, lots of shit is going to happen. Like, lots of it. And you're going to hear about it the first time you hear about it. And nope, that's not going to happen. It's just going to be rumors and things. And yeah. But watch out for yourselves. They will deliver you up to councils, and you'll be beaten. You'll be brought before rulers and kings for my sake, for a testimony to them. And the gospel must be preached to all the nations. But when they arrest you and deliver you up, don't even worry about what you're going to say, because you will just speak it. It'll be like you go to court, like when Nikki K went to court that one time in the future, and she was like smoking mad crack and shit. Yeah. She just looked at the judge and was like, send me to prison. I want to go to prison. Because if you let me go, I'll be back tomorrow. So you might as well send me to prison. I can bring you breakfast. No, I did say that, but I wouldn't have been able to bring them breakfast. The cops would have took that shit for sure. And they might not have even let me eat it, because the cops are really mean sometimes. Well, I'm really mean sometimes. And then the cops are really mean back. And then they wouldn't give me my sandwich. So, yeah, I probably wouldn't have been able to bring the judge a sandwich. But he did send me to prison for 2 years. The state penitentiary for 2 years. Yep. But anyway, Jesus was telling his disciples that I did that. And then he's like, yeah, that kind of thing isn't going to happen to you if the Holy Spirit speaks for you. So don't even worry. What is it, babe? Okay. Now, brother will betray brother. And everybody's going to be betrayed by everybody to death. And you will be hated for my name's sake. But he who endures till the end shall be saved. So that means don't bitch out. And they're all going to bitch out. Actually. At the end of it, they don't bitch out, but they do the whole thing very wrong. So when you see the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet, standing where it ought not, let the reader understand. I do not understand, but okay. Then Nobody's gonna have time to go back to their houses or to where they need to go to get the things they need to flee. Nobody's gonna have time. And woe to those nursing babies, and pray your flight is not in the winter. For in those days there will be tribulation, such as not since the beginning of creation, which God created until this time, nor shall ever be. And unless the Lord had shortened those days, no flesh will be saved, but for the elect's sake, whom he chose, he shortened the days. Then, if anyone says to you, look at the Christ, there he is, do not believe it, for false Christs and false prophets will rise and show signs and wonders to deceive, if possible, even the elect. But take heed. See, I have told you all things beforehand. But in those days, after that tribulation, the sun will be dark, and the moon won't give its light. The stars of heaven will fall, and the powers in the heaven will be shaken. Then they will see the Son of Man riding cloud dolphin with great power and glory. And then he will send his angels and gather together his elect from the four winds, from the farthest part of the earth to the farthest part of heaven. Hey, Razor. Hi, thank you for stopping in. I did watch a little bit of your thing, but I can't be watching politics. For this end. Now, learn the parable of the fig tree. When its branch, not that fig tree, by the way. When its branch has already come tender and puts forth leaves, you know summer is near. So you also, when you see these things happening, you know it is near at the doors. Surely, I'm telling you, this generation will by no means pass away till all these things take place. Heaven and earth will pass away, but my words by no means pass away. But of that day and hour, no one knows, not even the angels in heaven. See? Nor the Son, but only the Father. Take heed, watch, and pray, for you do not know when the time is. It's like a man going to a far country who left his house and gave authority to his servants and to each his work, and commanded the doorkeeper to watch. Watch, therefore, you do not know when the master of the house is coming, in the evening, at midnight, at the crowing of the rooster, or in the morning, lest coming suddenly he finds you sleeping. Listen, I'm telling you, watch, be vigilant. Yeah. Okay. We'll have to do 14 tomorrow because 14 is going to be some anti-preaching. I hope y'all show up tomorrow because actually it's kind of important. Wow, I ended that in exactly an hour. So I want to tell y'all thank you for coming. I appreciate it and I love that all of you showed up, especially for today. But I really want you guys to come back tomorrow, especially you, General Piggy. Yeah. And Rollo's mom. You should show up tomorrow too. And Fred, I know you're watching on YouTube. I can see you through my computer. Anyway, you should show up tomorrow at 2 o'clock too, because you love my anti-preaching. Anyway, thank y'all for coming. I love you so much. Goodbye. Well, almost goodbye. Well, hold on. Yeah. Okay. Now it's literally almost goodbye. I swear. Okay. Now, well, yeah. Now it's goodbye. I love you guys.